I'm your host, Logan23. You're joining me for Desire and Decorum, Book 1, Chapter 9. An Indelicate Proposal. That night, after the opera. You stand in the parlor staring at the dowager countess. She glares at you from the corner chair, her fingers drumming on the armrest. I decided to come here myself to take the rest of your debut into my own hands. Starting tomorrow, I shall call on my friends and show them the full weight of Edgewater Estate stands behind you. We shall stop these fickle rumors once and for all. That's very kind, Lady Grandmother, but I don't think that's necessary. I'm managing fine on my own. No, you're not. I would not be here if Miss Sutton's rumors hadn't already spread throughout London. The stories claim that you've been wandering around the city with men unchaperoned. These rumors are... Wow, they spread that quick. We were only unchaperoned for 1 minute. I'm gonna go with completely unfounded. There's no way. I cannot believe she's spreading such malicious tales. Quit lying, Bella. I already know Miss Sutton is accurate about your various meetings. Bullsh! No, she's not. Oh my god. You do? How? My dear, Miss Sutton isn't the only person who has eyes in the city. I only wanted to give you the chance to tell me the truth. I left once. Once. You said many occurrences. I promise you, Lady Grandmother, nothing improper ever happened. Honestly, I'm more worried about the other parts of Miss Sutton's stories. As soon as I overheard Countess Henrietta's gossip with the other dinner guests, I had to come put a stop to them immediately. The rumors persist that my son is not your father, but now they also suggest that you've been seducing reputable gentlemen into marriage before your secret is discovered. That's absolutely ridiculous. My mother loved no one else. The Earl of Edgewater is my father. And even if it were true, I would never seduce men, keep up such appearances. Miss Sutton should mind her own business. I can't believe she'd come to the conclusion after running into me and Mr. Harper. We were simply talking. Miss Sutton presumes far too much. Frankly, I believe the exaggeration about your lineage must originate from Countess Henrietta. She is the most again, and I don't think any of that sounds like Miss Sutton. When I've spoken to her directly, Miss Sutton has been nothing but polite in regards to you. That's because I've been nice to her. Oh, how kind of her. Yes, but it does not matter whose fault it really is. Your reputation is still at stake. People already know or look down on you simply based on your birth. You must be completely above reproach in order to negotiate all their whispers. That's unfair. I'll show them all what a fine lady I am. Screw them all is what I think, but I don't care what they think. If they cannot accept me for who I am, then these suitors don't deserve me. My dear, I'd rather not leave it like that, or come to that. You deserve every honor this house bestows. I gave Mr. Mulcaster permission to host a card game here in a few evenings' time. It will be our chance to show off your best behavior and let others see that the rumors are simply that. I will try my best not to disappoint you. Oh, if we have to kiss someone's ass once more, a few days later. Especially if it's a pompous-ass duke. You sit across from your grandmother at the breakfast table as you finish your bread and marmalade. The dowager countess brows furrow as she pores over a letter. Any interesting news? Oh, Miss Pickerly learned I was in town and asks I call on her. I imagine she also wants to ascertain the truth about these pesky rumors herself. Has all of London already heard these stories? More like half. First of all, you're the Earl's daughter. Secondly, Miss Sutton is a notorious gossip. The city can't stop her. Your grandmother lets out a large sigh and tosses the letter aside. Let us speak of happier times, like your hunt for a proper husband. That's not happy. Tell me, has anyone in particular caught your eye yet? I've certainly met a lot of people. Oh, I can tell by that look that someone stands out. Don't try to annoy it. Well, So we have a choice between Prince Hamid, no one, Mr. Sinclair, Miss Parsons, Mr. Harper. Well, Don't get me wrong, I like Mr. Harper. He's pretty awesome, but we really haven't had much time to connect with him. He seems like someone who's just there as just an option. And I get it was 1800s, relationships with, black men were something that was not, it was very frowned upon. But again, this guy is from India, and that was frowned upon as well, but is more open because he's someone who assists the prince of the country. Mr. Sinclair is the obvious male choice, and Miss Parsons is the girl-on-girl choice. However, that was heavily frowned upon as well. But now I'm gonna go for whatever the I want, which is very hard, because I actually like two of them. I like Miss Parsons. I like, Prince Hamid. But I also like Mr. Sinclair, and a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, he gives to the poor! And I'm sitting there going, then why the fuck am I single? Okay? So don't give me that. Just because he did something nice, people want to fall in love with him now. I get it, it's a story. Yeah, let's see you go find someone like that. Neutral choice. Miss Annabel Parsons, the very one previously engaged to poor Harry. Yes, that Miss Parsons. She's incredible, brilliant, and, well, she's perfectly suited for me. Bella, don't say such unladylike things. Why not? I am interested in Miss Parsons, and nothing you can say will ever change my mind, Lady Grandmother. Miss Parsons is a fit match in nothing except friendship, my dear. I beg of you, do not damage your reputation further when Edgewater needs you to make marriage. I am told Duke Richards of Carlton is still interested. No. You really will not let him go? Of course not. His title and reputation are shit. Make an excellent match, yes. I am fully aware. You've said this to me time and time again. It does not make it any less true. But there are things about the Duke that Mr. Sinclair has mentioned. Before you can continue, Miss Parsons suddenly enters the room, carrying an easel and other painting supplies. Oh, I do hope I'm not interrupting. Miss Daly said you were finishing up in here? I just had to get out that tiny townhouse to paint, and I figured I'd pop in. Let me guess, time and choice, diamond choice. It's all right. We were just discussing my future. I need to call on Miss Pickerly to correct this situation anyway. Perhaps if you feel so inclined, Miss Parsons, you can assist Lady Bellin paint some miniatures to send to her various suitors. I would love to. That is, if Lady Bella wishes it. The Dowager Countess nods in agreement and makes her way towards the door, pausing to look between you and Miss Parsons. We're gonna get it on when you leave the room. Don't make me regret leaving you two alone. Depends. What would you call regretful? Like full-on strip? I will see you at Mr. Mulcaster's card game tonight. Just remember what we discussed, Bella. Did something happen? It's the same as before. After Miss Sutton spread those rumors about me, my grandmother is more determined than ever to control my choice of suitors. The truth is, my grandmother won't be happy until I marry Duke Richards. I am only interested in you. I will decide my own fate. My grandmother may advise me all she likes, but I am the one who making the decisions. It's my life, not hers. I'm sure Dowager Countess Dominique can find some way to tolerate your actions. You sound like you're in need of a spot of fun, though. I was actually hoping to paint today.
We're doing body paint? What? Don't. Hey, she smiled when I said it.
What would you say to escaping to the greenhouse for a bit, to pose for my portrait? I haven't been there all season. It's like an enchanting forest inside. I didn't even know we had a greenhouse. Oh, it's beautiful. Imagine this. Fantastic greenery, exotic flowers you've never seen before. Wonderful company to share it with.
Ah, you're tooting your own horn. Miss Parsons twines her little fingers delicately with yours, her voice lowering to a whisper.
And we, would be completely alone. Not a soul would disturb us. You certainly thought this through, I see.
Miss Parsons takes both your hands in hers, stares deeply into your eyes, and pouts.
Won't you let me paint your portrait, Bella, please? Not that look.
Miss Parsons laughs, returning to her cheery smile.
I've been longing to paint. You'd even appease your grandmother with a few miniatures.
I like how they're selling this. Just get to the goddamn diamond choice already.
You could always send one to Duke Richards. I'm sure the Dowager would love that.
Miss Parsons gives you another look.
Or better yet, Mr. Sinclair. Or Prince Hamid.
Guilt trip. We're going on a guilt trip.
Perhaps one to Mr. Harper. Or even to me.
We're going on a guilt trip.
You certainly make a tempting offer.
Oh. Hi, Pugsley. Pugsley nudges Miss Parsons' foot. She smiles and pets the top of his head.
Of course you're invited as well, Pugsley. Pugsley is in. What about you, Bella?
Oh, you're trying to seal the deal with Pugsley. Oh. Escape to the greenhouse and pose for Miss Parsons' portrait for a chance to improve your relationship with her and your grandmother. But how is it improving my relationship with my grandmother? Huh? Explain this to me.
I don't need to obey my grandmother's every wish. I am my own woman, after all. Yes, you are. Although I would love the chance to give you some painting lessons later on.
Ah, painting. Is that all?
I'd like that very much, Annabelle. Excellent. Anyway, I was hoping to speak with you about something else today as well. What's the matter?
Miss Parsons sighs, wringing her hands together. She looks up at you from beneath her eyelashes.
You know how that dreadful old vulture Viscount Westonleigh has been hounding me?
Oh, this is new music.
Well, it seems both he and my family desire me to fill the role of his fifth wife.
Wait, how about this? Screw that. We both run away together and live in America. Let's go, come on.
Tell me you're joking. It would be such an ill match.
Oh.
Even Pugsley agrees. Please say you're not serious. I wish I have it all on good authority that he will propose again at Mr. Malcaster's card game tonight. He's going to propose to you.
But he's so old, yeah.
Tonight.
Oh no, again.
When did he propose before? It was a few years ago, the year he found wife number 4, actually. I remember I simply laughed in his face. No one took him serious at the time, since I was already betrothed to Harry. But surely your family wouldn't marry you off to someone old enough to be your grandfather,
Let alone his 4 other wives.
Oh, I wish that were true. The lot of them are starting to despair of me, though. They're already ready to throw me at anyone now.
Wow.
If only I married Harry before he died, I'd be a respectable widow, not a shameful spinster.
Miss Parsons nervously smooths out the tablecloth in front of her, fiddling with the end of it.
What am I to do? I don't wish my family to cast out with nowhere to go, yet in good faith I cannot accept the Viscount either.
You want Mr. Sinclair? I'll pitch him at you.
I think you should...
Refuse him directly.
It is your life. You have to do what's in your best interest, even if that means defying your family. And frankly, this is the quickest way to ensure that. You have a point. I'll keep that in mind tonight. Just remember that no matter the outcome, you'll always have a place at Edgewater. Besides, I don't think my heart could stand to see you together with him.
Miss Parsons reaches over and takes your hand in hers.
Thank you, Bella. With you by my side, I'll be ready for him at the card game. I do believe you mean we'll both be ready.
Hopefully. And then I'm expecting a me to run in and go, I'm going to behead you all! That evening. After dinner, you and Briar return to your bedroom and flip through your various outfits in your wardrobe for diamond choice number 2.
I can't believe Viscount Westlany is proposing to Miss Parsons. Neither can I. The man already has 4 wives. He must be the most unlucky man in England.
Wait, how are you unlucky when you have 4 wives?
I'm just asking. Maybe he's trying to outdo King Henry VIII. Regardless, he would never be a good match for Miss Parsons. Perhaps because you have someone else in mind? Briar. Oh, Bella, you know I'm just teasing you, but I've seen some of those longing glances, don't deny it.
You try to hide your blush as you move past Briar and focus on your wardrobe.
Now, what does one wear to a card game? Something splendid, obviously. Mr. Mulcaster said Miss Holloway would be there, and you've told me how horrible she can be. I can't let her claim all the attention for herself. Which is why your grandmother brought something all the way from Edgewater.
So, an outfit that basically belongs to us, but basically will be charged diamonds. Alright. Briar leaves for a moment and returns holding an emerald green dress embroidered with gold. You run your hands across the intricate buckles and golden threads.
Oh, it's beautiful. The Dowager Countess said it's an old dress of hers redone with the latest style. I think it would be perfect for tonight's gathering. My grandmother did want me to make a good impression tonight. I wish I could see the look on Miss Holloway's face when you appear wearing this. You'll easily outshine her. Well, I suppose it doesn't hurt to try it on.
And again, let's point this out. It's an outfit that's ours, that was gifted to us from our grandmother, and she says to go ahead and wear it, but we're still going to charge you 20 diamonds anyway.
Okay.
Or I'll just wear my usual outfit.
My grandmother has fantastic taste, but I don't need to have all eyes on me tonight. Oh, very well. Although I'd still spend money to see you show up Miss Holloway.
Well, then you spend the 20 goddamn diamonds. Changed your mind? No, leave me alone.
You look so beautiful tonight, Bella. I wish I could play cards with you all, but I know Mr. Mulcaster has wanted to host a game for so long. Has he really? I hadn't heard of such desire until my grandmother mentioned the game a few days ago. Oh, yes, certainly. When you were at the opera, we were talking quite a bit. Apparently you tried to set a date ever since we arrived in London. I didn't realize the two of you had gotten so close while I was away at the opera. Oh, Bella, I wish you could see the side I see when I'm with him.
Briar closed her eyes, hugging herself.
There's this softness to him that he doesn't even let anyone else see. Even told me things that I don't think he shared with anyone else. Such as what? He mentioned how horrible he felt after he delayed our groom in London, and how sorry he is about the rumors from Miss Sutton. That sincerity, I see, is just one of the reasons I can't commit to Mr. Woods yet. You do not think he could be simply saying these things? I didn't see him. He was earnest speaking to me. I'm positive they're not falsehoods. I know there's a future between me, or no future between me and Mr. Mulcaster, but I can't just turn my back on him. Briar, I see you really care for him. Your face lights up every time you talk about him. You start hugging the dress that my grandmother made, wrinkling it. How dare you? I can't help it. It makes me smile just thinking about him. But that's why this is so deeply confusing. I also care deeply for Mr. Woods. Briar sighs and leans against the bedpost. You walk over and pull her into a tight embrace. No one is saying you have to choose either, or any man at this moment. Just focus on being happy. Yes, my lady. Suddenly Briar breaks apart from you and begins to push you out the door. But why are we still talking about my romantic woes? You need to head down before the Viscount corners Miss Parsons. Good luck! Willing to buy a little black dress, please, instead of, like, circus clown. A few hours later. It took you that long to get to his house from just across... Okay, alright, never mind. What'd you do, snail walk? You sit around the coffee table, playing Old Maid with Miss Holloway and Mr. Mulcaster, while the dowager countess watches from her armchair in the corner. You watch in concern as Viscount Westley plays with Miss Bowman and Miss Parsons. But she catches your gaze and shakes her head. She leans back in her chair, whispering, "Do not worry, Bella. I can handle him for one game. Then my social obligation will be met. If you're certain." You return to your own game and take a look at your hand. I don't know. One, I don't play maids. Two, what the hell? They didn't even have numbers in the corner. We don't know what the hell we have. We just know the types. 3 cards left, but I need to get rid of the queen if I don't want to lose. Ahem. Lady Bella, are you going to let me pick a card, or have you already declared yourself an old maid? Buckley glares at Miss Holloway, growling lowly. Down, you mutt. No one asked you. Oh, Buckley, get her. You could use a lesson in patience, Miss Holloway. But then again, it might not be flattering suit with you. Rubbish. Anything would be, becoming on Miss Holloway. Come here, boy. Miss Holloway rolls her eyes as you fan out your cards. There, miss. Pick your poison. So which card would you recommend? I know you would not lead me down the wrong path. Glance at your hand, your eyes lingering on the queen in the center. Well, since you asked so nicely, Miss Holloway, you should take the... Yeah, but is this the game of misdirection where she could be like, well, if you wanted me to pick that one, I'll pick either of the other two? I guess I'll find out for you guys. Let's find out. Thank you for telling me which card not to pick, I call it. Yeah, but see, it's still 2 out of 3. Even if you said the right card or the left card, it's still 2 out of 3 because she'd pick one of the other two. Miss Holloway takes the card on the right. Her lips curl into a tight smile as she glances at it. Perfect. So it would seem. I don't play cards. Shut up. As your round continues, all the other cards are paired off except the queen in your hand. It would seem I'm the old maid. There are worse things in the world. Not many. Death, loss of fortune, poor people. Oh, God, I want to smack her. Mr. Mulcaster clears his throat and gives Miss Holloway a half smile.
Miss Holloway, is this your first time playing Old Maid? You're quite, an excellent player.
I've been playing nearly all my life, sir. I never lose.
Oh, God, please someone make her lose.
I highly doubt that.
Which is, very obvious, since you're such an accomplished lady. In fact, you can see that in all your facets.
Is that so?
Mr. Morrowcaster stiffly slides his hand to brush Miss Holloway's, but she immediately moves her hand and shuffles the deck. Oh. Miss Parsons leans back in her chair and whispers to you.
What is Mr. Morrowcaster doing? He can't honestly be flirting with Miss Holloway, can he? Perhaps that's why he didn't invite Miss Sutton. Why is he courting Miss Holloway anyway? With eyes. Anyone with eyes can see he's not seriously interested.
Briar enters the parlor, carrying a tray of refreshments to the party. She locks eyes with Mr. Morrowcaster and smiles.
Now, Miss Dally, on the other hand, I think he's quite interested. Dare I say...
Ah, my dear Miss Parsons, if it's your turn, you cheeky girl.
Oh, God. You give Patrick Stewart, who has that same look, he's frowning right now. Miss Parsons sighs, making a disgusted face.
If I don't survive this game, I bequeath all my worldly possessions to you, Annabelle. I won't leave you alone with him. I'll be the stubborn girl by your side the entire night. Thank you, Bella. We're in this together, you and me.
Miss Parsons flashes you a smile before turning back to her game.
My lord, is it your turn or mine?
Ho ho! I earn for you no more than I do for you, my saucy minx.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Miss Parsons suddenly stands up and takes your arm.
Lady Bella, I'm in desperate need of some exercise. Let us take a turn about the room.
Parsons pulls you from the couch as you two walk from arm in arm around the room.
I see the Viscount won't take his eyes off you. I wish I wasn't stuck playing cards with him.
Parsons peeks at him with a sideways glance. He winks and blows a kiss to her.
He won't quit talking about how he'll seduce me in his bedchamber soon. I will never be his. I know for now, but how about you join my card table? Viscount Westlanley can certainly manage without you. Thank you, Bella. I don't know what I'd do without you.
You rejoin the card game as Miss Holloway deals out a new hand. Now with Miss Parsons sitting beside you, forcing a smile, Mr. Morrowcaster clears his throat and looks at Miss Holloway. I, should tell you how beautiful you look tonight, Miss Holloway. Your clothes suit you perfectly. Wow. Was that a flirt?
You must mean my new gloves. They're all the way from Paris. You cannot be serious. Gloves? Well, it's more fashionable than your outfit. I've seen that look before. It's nothing new. Would you not agree, Mr. Morrowcaster?
Glance over and catch Mr. Morrowcaster's gaze latched onto Briar as she leaves the room to retrieve more refreshments.
Mr. Morrowcaster!
Oh, sorry, yes, I would say your gloves are very lovely indeed. Miss Holloway sneers as she holds out her hand for Mr. Morrowcaster to kiss. Your grandmother looks across the room, raising an eyebrow.
Mr. Morrowcaster, if you weren't already engaged, every gossip in London would guess you're courting Miss Holloway.
Oh, well, our engagement isn't set in stone. That just... Never mind. That doesn't exclude the point you're engaged. Miss Parsons leans over and whispers in your ear.
I scarcely think Miss Sutton would see it that way. I get the feeling his mother must have ordered him to court Miss Holloway. She must be trying to maneuver her son into a more advantageous marriage. Think about it. Miss Sutton has very little to her name, but Miss Holloway is a Viscount's daughter. Miss Sutton is just another puppet. It's just another puppet. I feel almost sorry for her. If Mr. Morrowcaster breaks their engagement, she'll be heartbroken and lose her chance at a good fortune. I know. I wonder if she's guessed at what is happening. Miss Holloway glances around the room, raising an eyebrow at one of the portraits on the wall. Were you the artist behind these lovely portraits, Lady Bella? I'm afraid I'm not, but I think they're all marvelous masterpieces. I suppose someone lacking in artistic talent would say that. Did you know that I painted all the portraits hanging in the London townhouse? And did you know that I am the artist behind all the paintings in this townhouse? Oh, my lady, I meant no disrespect. I am certain that my accomplished granddaughter will add to the collection. Lady Grandmother, I can only hope to match your skill.
Ah, Miss Parsons, do you leave me all alone over here? Only you can satisfy my needs with a very important answer.
All heads turn to Viscount Westlandly across the room as Holloway snickers, covering her mouth to hide her laugh.
Yes, Miss Parsons, why don't you listen to Viscount Westlandly's question? Excuse me.
Run!
Jump out the window!
Oh, man. I feel so bad for her. Rip. Miss Parsons' face goes wide. She stands and darts out of the townhouse. You get up and follow her outside. Follow Miss Parsons, and you find her leaning against the side of the house, taking in deep breaths. He's going to propose any minute, Bella. I don't think I can face it. Viscount Westlandly is on a mission. He won't stop until you give an answer. Why couldn't he fancy any other girl? I mean, Miss Holloway is free. They'd be a match made in heaven. Parsons buries her face in her hands. I wish I were anywhere else but here. Annabelle, you're strong enough to face him. You're one of the strongest women I've ever met. If anyone can handle the Viscount, it's you. That means the world to hear, Bella. Just then, the front door swings open. Viscount Westonleigh steps out, eyes wandering around until he sets his sights on Miss Parsons.
Ah, there you are. I see you're playing a game of cat and mouse, my girl.
Ah, yes. Lady Bella and I were discussing the, painting lessons I promised her tonight.
Oh, Lady Bella is having lessons to fight, my word. That sounds highly improper.
Bet she could kick your old ass.
Painting lessons tonight, not fighting.
Why would I need painting lessons? It's for women, which I am not.
Wait, oh god, my brain. Brain aneurysm at 3 o'clock.
Not for you, but for Lady Bella. And since a lady never goes back on a promise, you'll have to pardon me.
Parsons pushes you back into the house, leaving Viscount Westonleigh outside, where he deserves to be. Even Pugsley is invited back inside. Are you serious about painting lessons, Annabelle? Of course, I did promise you them earlier today. Miss Parsons' eyes dart to Miss Holloway. Across the room, she lowers her voice that no one can else hear. And honestly, I would do anything to show up Miss Holloway. That woman's vanity needs to be challenged more often. A few lessons from me, your masterpiece would even be fit no better than Miss Holloway's prized townhouse collection. You place a lot of confidence in me, Annabella. Only because I know that you're capable of, and I have my painting supplies with me today. Your eyes flick to the painter's easel left from this morning in the corner of the room, then back to Miss Parsons, who smiles at you eagerly. Let me guess, diamond choice number 3. Add the painter's easel to your parlor to unlock special painting scenes, increase your social standing as an accomplished lady. Oh, let me think about this. No. You aren't so kind to offer these lessons, but I don't think tonight is quite right for them.
I suppose I shouldn't put off Viscount Westlanley off any longer, but those lessons would have been brilliant.
Don't worry, I'm sure we would have encountered the Viscount regardless.
Of that, I have no doubt.
Yes, we got it. Just then, the front door swings open, and Viscount Westonleigh enters. He sidles up to Miss Parsons, speaking in his loud voice.
Miss Parsons, I would care for a moment in private. I know you've been waiting for this.
No?
I beg you, do not leave me, Bella. I am right here beside you, Annabelle. I have faith in you.
No, Miss Parsons does not smell.
Where in the do you hear smell? Faith in you does not sound like smell.
I don't believe anything can get through to him.
Across the room, Miss Holloway lets out a cruel snort of laughter. She turns to face the action.
Oh, can you believe it? I think we all know exactly what he's about to propose.
Viscount Westonleigh takes Miss Parsons' hand between his own, but she immediately rips it from his hold.
Miss Parsons, I wanted to do this alone, but nevertheless, you've completely and utterly captured my heart like my 4 other wives. I find you most intriguing.
I cannot say the same.
Exactly. I knew you would see it my way. Ever since my dear 4th wife died, I never thought
she died. Oh, okay.
I never thought I could love again, but I think in time you and I would make a most happy couple, and so...
Viscount Westonleigh shakingly gets down on one knee, leaning heavily on the table beside him, as Jackie Chan flies in the window and just karate kicks him.
Will you do me the honor of becoming my 5th wife?
No, my lord. I don't know what on earth would possibly possess you to think we could be a good match, but I am not and cannot be in love with you.
Once that you said yes?
Well, it's a horrible idea, regardless of my family's wishes or my reputation.
You cut the bacon,
I called it.
No, her reputation.
Ah, that's all. I know your reputation already. It doesn't bother me one bit.
I'm trying to say I'm flattered, but I can't marry you.
Yes, a wedding in June. It'll be a perfect summer.
Can someone smack this mother?
No, I'm saying...
No, I won't marry you! The entire room falls silent and turns to Miss Parsons. Viscount Westonleigh remains unfazed, a wide smile remaining on his face. Pugsley buries his face near his skirt, shaking his head.
Oh.
Parsons sighs, looking to you for help. I just yelled no. I just yelled it. What else do you want from me? Yell at him. Oh, okay, hold on.
It's not happening, my lord. She said no.
No! So playing hard to get, I see. How did you know I like them feisty?
Oh, God, please just die of a heart attack. Stare at Viscount Westonleigh expectantly, brows raised.
No. No, but how could I possibly be refused?
Viscount Westonleigh's shoulders fall as the realization hits him. The Dowager Countess takes him gently by the arm and leads him out of the room.
Why don't you come with me, my lord? You look to be in need of a stiff drink.
Miss Parsons squeals in delight beside you.
Oh, I did it. Oh, I'm so glad that that's over with. I don't know what I'd do if he couldn't figure it out.
Oh, Oh, man.
You just have to yell louder until he did. Whatever are my parents going to say?
Who cares, Hannah 2.0? Who cares?
I wouldn't worry too much. I'm certain my grandmother will help smooth things over.
As the two of you laugh, you notice Briar sneak into the room. Her face falls when she sees Mr. Marcaster and Miss Holloway together, his arm resting on hers. Of course, our families are a far better matched than other lesser houses. With Edgewater on our side, we would hold such a firm alliance.
But what if Edgewater doesn't fall to you?
If we make an alliance, though... Mr. Marlcaster notices Briar out of the corner of his eye and stands up immediately. Miss Dally, I didn't see you enter.
Oh, that's too precious. What would your mother think of you making eyes at a maid when you haven't even landed a proper wife yet?
Miss Holloway takes Mr. Marlcaster's hand, squeezing it gently.
I don't know how you ever expect to make a match with me when you have all these dalliances. Excuse me, I have some important business with my lady.
Briar hands you a letter, speaking softly.
Such a letter just came from Edgewater.
Ah, from her father.
Thank you, Briar. I'll share it with you later.
Briar curtsies and leaves, but Mr. Marlcaster's gaze lingers on her as she passes by. You tear open and skim the contents of the letter.
No, this can't be. What's the latest news from Edgewater? It's father. He's fallen ill.
Something tells... Okay, did I or did I not call this from Chapter 1? Like, I'm serious. I called this from Chapter damn 1.
It's father. He's fallen ill.
Next time on Desire and Decorum with the news of your father's illness, will you remain in London for the season, or does Edgewater beckon you to return? Oh, God. Did I or did I not say this was going to happen? That he would fall ill. It would be to, the countess's issues. And basically, this would happen. It would expedite things. It's like I'm in the future, and I've come back to warn you people of a horrific book that you're taking part in. That pretty much the only point of this book is for humor's sake, that I keep trying to embolden this book with, but I digress. Man. Without further ado, hope you all did enjoy the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down to the description below. Links to social media or Discord and a few links to support me and my content. Without further ado, help me. Help me. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.